Great. Let's get into this. So this came by my dashboard the other day. Mask tweeted to me a game called Nighthawks, the vampire RPG. Let's switch over to the game screen for a second so I can look at this Kickstarter. The Kickstarter, I think, is closed now. But yesterday and today was open. They were in their final push. And, yeah, it's hard to read it, isn't it, Source? I love that code. So, it's called Nighthawks, the vampire RPG. Embrace the night, live the nightmare. Climb from rags to riches as a modern vampire in a city where your secrets has been revealed. I think the intent is to follow in the footsteps of the Vampire the Masquerade kind of play style, maybe? Yeah, right? So here's the let's go through this. This is the demo, so everybody can play what I'm gonna play here. I don't think it's gonna last very long, but I want to check it out. I want to check it out on stream here. So we've got 3 months ago you died, and in that moment you were reborn as something new. A monster, a predator, not a creature of the night, but one of its masters. Unfortunately, things aren't as simple as they used to be. Vampires have finally been exposed, and though your existence is tolerated, your new nature is not. You came to the city hoping for a new start, but found only suspicion and starvation. Now you stare at the ceiling of your cheap hotel room as a penniless outcast, suckling on rats and destined to wither away. I kind of want to watch this, but I think what we're going to play is in this, so I kind of want to watch this after we check it out. I'm going to email them too, because I'd like to get, I'm going to be following this. I didn't get a chance to back it. Things are a little, well, I had to get a car last month. So I'm still feeling the weight of that. So I couldn't really justify spending some money on something that I wanted to back. So one, I wanted to talk about it a lot, and two, I do want to follow this. Anyways, Nighthawks is a brand new urban fantasy RPG from Wajidai Games, who made the Blackwell Legacy, Unavowed, Techno Babylon, and writer/designer Richard Corbett, who had a hand in Sunless Seas/Sunless Skies, The Long Journey Home. The initial concept for the game came when working on Sunless Skies and dreaming of seeing that caliber of interactive fiction merge with the atmosphere of some of his favorite urban fantasy books and games, in particular, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Then he decided he wanted to play that new game far too much to just leave the idea sitting in the mental what if folder. Which brings us to now. Welcome to the mean streets of a city grudgingly trying to show that humans and vampires can live together despite the cynicism and conspiracies raging on both sides. It's a place of bleak horror and dark humor filled with monsters who don't all have fangs and a thirst for blood, and featuring news stories down every dark alley. What path will you play, and how will you turn a newly awakened world to your advantage? Now, let's just kind of get into the game. I kind of want, well, we could read a little bit more of this before I start into it. Nighthawks is a mix of story-driven RPG and undead life simulation where every decision you make is another move in your chess game against the world. Invest your time into learning new skills or honing your fighting styles. You uncover the city's mysteries and venture deep into its darkest secrets. Gather fellow outcasts on your side, binding them with favors and choosing when to cash in. Manage your eternal thirst legitimately or balancing the risk of being caught, stalking unwary victims, and working the black markets. And of course, what would a vampire be without a few secret powers? Choose from a range of dark gifts, including corpse talking, tenebraean form, and mesmerize. Oh man. Be careful to hide all evidence of them from the authorities while keeping them ready as your ace in the hole. Embrace your vampire side, sprinkle a little cinnamon in your blood to handle that pesky iron aftertaste, and get ready to live the nocturnal 9 to 5. Yeah, dude, teen hypothetical question did come from Vampire the Masquerade, you're right. Structurally, think of freeform RPG core with stories branching off, some funny, some tragic, some horrific, where your decisions are always bleeding together. Get caught lying too often, your untrustworthy reputation will follow you around, while raising suspicion will draw the attention of first mortal and then darker authorities. Do you, for instance, break a window and hurriedly search a crime scene where the alarms will wail, pick the lock and explore your leisure, or use vampire powers? to impersonate the security guard and walk right in. The chili is making me trip over my words. The choice is yours, and all part of learning the beat of the city, developing new skills and building up favors and contacts to help seize the day by the throat. Yeah, let's read more about this after we've checked out this demo. I think the demo is really just proof of concept. This is I'm reasonably sure this is not how the game's gonna look, but I don't know. I just wanted to check this out. In fact, let's go to the demo page real quick. Let's go to the demo page real quick and kind of glean an idea of what we're about to get into here. So, this is the demo from the trailer, which I haven't watched yet because I would rather just dive in, you know? A few caveats. This was written with the specific goal of showing a vertical slice of the game. So it's almost indefinitely more restricted than the real thing is going to be. Second, it's not particularly optimized. You may encounter some bugs. We may encounter some bugs. It's us. Of course we will. It should run fine, but please stick to a 16:9 if given an option. And unfortunately, this is only Windows due to some video playback issues. After the Kickstarter, the rest of the year is going to be spent on programming and design, which they met their goal today. Awesome. The goal being to release a fully engineered, more comprehensive tech test demo that will be explicitly for bug hunting and similar versus essentially built to run on Richard's PC. They also have a long list of features they plan to implement, including support for controllers, color blindness tweaks, static backgrounds just in case, and aspect ratios. So this is just kind of a sneak peek with the usual back covering, etc., etc. Let's get into this, and then we'll return to this. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's about to happen here. Give me the ultra settings. Another shitty night. The rusted metal of your bed creaks underneath you, its mattress damp and encrusted with ancient patches of blood, sweat, sweat, and semen. The last stinging memories of the day's bad dreams fade into the increasingly familiar drip, drip, drip of a waking nightmare lit by a cheap, flickering bulb. Alright, so this is the Nighthawks demo. This is purely a proof of concept. That's what I thought. Originally only intended as a non-interactive trailer. The full version will be much more focused on RPG mechanics and freedom, but hopefully this will give you a small taste of what to expect. If you like what you see, please consider pledging to the Kickstarter. I believe that's closed already, but you guys can follow all of their progress at all the Twitters that are provided. They're not in the game info, but you can find them if you look at the Kickstarter. So here we go. I'm so full. I can't express this enough. We're at the Halcyon Hotel. Everything aches. You pull yourself to your feet and take a moment to lick at your still unfamiliar fangs. Outside, a swiftly cut-off scream marks the end of a successful mugging. This is not a district where screams draw assistance. At best, an unlucky victim can expect an angry shout to keep the noise down. Before we continue, Jay Samarias. Hang on. You need this. Jay Samarias. I am giving you all this fanfare because you, my friend, have been in the probably asleep echo chamber of you've been like AFK from movie night for a month in the voice channel, and that is the longest I have ever seen anybody in that voice channel. Congratulations. I had chili to answer your question. Anyways. So at best, an unlucky victim can expect an angry shout to keep the noise down. I'm gonna check the mirror because I want to know if I have a reflection here. No reflection, of course, but the empty frame looking back at you is still discomforting. Perhaps for the moment, however, it is for the best. You don't need to see yourself to know that you're bedraggled, filthy, and...
I think you just can't bear to let it gorge
to know your bedraggled, filthy, and underfed appearance. The rats from yesterday offered little but a strange rash under your arms, an affliction all the more worrying for the fact that it should be impossible. PKK, thank you for the bits, man. Welcome. All right, let's open the bedroom drawer. Your eyes sting at the sight of a cross atop a Gideon Bible. Unable to bring yourself to touch it, you shut the drawer tight. The pain soon fades. Man, that's just like me waking up at like any given hotel. So let's check on Madame Lux. Oh, hello.
Ah, it stirs. No offense, darling, but I was starting to wonder if I should have taken you to a graveyard instead.
I'm not sure what Siri from The Witcher's doing here. Your sole ally at the moment sits in the corner, already awake, and viciously flinging playing cards at the rats. She smiles with satisfaction as the Queen of Hearts slices into the side of a particularly fat one, sending it scurrying with a yelp. What the hell are these cards made of? Because, whoa. All right. Madame Lux, the street magician who found you sleeping rough as the sun drew close. She paid for a room for the night. She didn't, of course, pay very much, but she remains the closest thing to a friend, a friendly face since the death of your master. Well, I'm gonna ask her for advice.
If I was you, my dear little sweetmeat, I'd get back on my feet. Find a job if you must. Definitely get yourself something to eat. Or someone. I won't tell if you don't.
I want to call every cat, henceforth, my dear little sweetmeat. My dear little sweetmeat, Nathan Scott Phillips. Tell me about finding food.
Well, I wasn't thinking of a healthy Caesar salad, darling. Nightclubs are perfect. Or a nice dark bar. A back alley, if you're desperate. Somewhere the little puppets are nice and pliable. Just don't be too public about it, and don't be greedy.
So she
I don't
raised...
suppose you have any,
She raised an eyebrow, and then she licked one of her fangs. I think I had mesmerism with my Vampire the Masquerade character, so I'm gonna say I have mesmerism.
That certainly simplifies things.
She approved.
Just remember, ixnay on the hour's pay. We don't want to spook the muggles, do we?
Madame Lux is now your companion. She specializes in magic and deception, wields throwing knives, and has the gift known as the Delusion of Light. Traveling with her boosts your gifter and thief stats at the expense of hitter and gunslinger. All right, Cradlebridge Sanctuary, a cheap hotel room in one of the most dangerous parts of town. The windows are barely boarded enough to keep away the sun, and the heater barely warms the rising damp. It is sanctuary of sort, but hardly a home. Madame Lux sits in the corner, shuffling one of her many decks of cards. Someone has slipped a flyer under the door. What is the flyer? All night dancing, cheap drinks, premium blood, Nighthawks, 21 and older. I'm gonna talk to her. She has nothing to say, okay. Let's go downstairs.
Not exactly the Ritz, is it?
No.
I stayed here once myself, when I first came here from Vegas. Once was more than enough.
The Halcyon is a fine old building, now long past its prime. The wallpaper is peeled and the carpet sticky. A few rat droppings and dead cockroaches say more of the standards here than any review could possibly manage. Let's go to the reception desk. The desk clerk stiffens as you approach, smelling your presence before looking at your face. $70 a night buys you our least worst room. Hope you don't mind sharing, because the roaches sure as shit don't. He looks up, noticing your fangs. Oh, one of you. $100 a night then. I'm hypnotizing you into giving me a room. You attempt to make eye contact to weave your hypnotic spell, but the board clerk refuses to meet your eyes. I'm doing it again. Damn it. I don't have money. Let's head outside. The meanest street.
Fuck, I hate the city.
The meanest streets. You step out into the frozen, mostly silent streets. This was once a flourishing market district, but that was a long time ago. Now, the only reason half of these rotting tenements and crumbling buildings still stand is that it's easier to wait for them to crumble than to sign the paperwork to have them demolished. Dude, let's go to the sewers. I'm not that desperate. Okay, let's walk around then. Oh my god, there's stuff to do. Let's go to Nighthawks. A rundown nightclub near the edge of town. Nevertheless, there's a line outside. Mostly people huddling from the rain. The bouncer slowly lets them in one at a time, frequently pocketing small bribes from queue jumpers and damp, impatient clubbers. Can I sneak around the back? I have $21 sneaking around the back. Damn it. Alright, I'm bribing the bouncer. You slip the bouncer a 10 spot. He looks at it unimpressed, but lets you through the velvet rope. Better not be packing. No weapons or party favors inside. He gestures for you to assume the position. Alright. Pat me down.
Don't lay anything on me that you don't want to lose, sweetie.
The bouncer reluctantly decides that you haven't got anything worth worrying about. He turns his attention to Madame Lux, and that's what she said. He glares at her, but comes to the conclusion that she is unlikely to be hiding too much in her current outfit. Go on through. Oh, man. It's white people all over again. And Willow is at the bar, I guess. Let's see what it looks like. Your feet stick to the carpet. This nightclub doesn't seem to have removed, or to have been renovated since the 70s, or cleaned since almost as long ago. The main dance floor is at the back of the club, leaving this area for quieter drinking and conversation by the bar. Not many are here for either tonight. Let's go to the bar. The bar is loaded with cheap booze and at expensive prices. The bottles watered down and the beer barrels mostly grit. A young bartender is in a strategically ill-fitting uniform passes the time between drink orders with the help of a raggedy paperback book. Let's speak to her.
Hey, stranger. What'll it be? Beer? Whiskey?
Rebecca Glade.
A little champagne to get the night started, right?
She catches...
My bad, sorry.
She notes your fangs and catches herself.
Special wine, yeah?
Yeah.
Give me a second to heat it up.
All right. $5.
Coming right up. So, not to be nosy or anything, but what's it like? Drinking blood, I mean. Like, licking a cut or something?
Rebecca pours you a fresh, warm blood. A medley of assorted animals, heavily watered down by vodka. I'm gonna tell her that I enjoy the taste.
Lucky you, I guess. Most of our regulars ask us to sprinkle in a little cinnamon. Something about handling the iron aftertaste. Anyway.
And you want to find out?
So, pulling the old nocturnal 9 to 5, eh? Don't worry, I'm cool with it. Always suspected you folks were a thing. Even before everyone found out.
I don't have a job right now, but you want to hang out? Let's ask about... Becca gives a glass the special treatment, spitting in it twice before wiping it out. Let's ask about her.
Me? I'm Rebecca. Becca to friends. Becky, if you want me to hurt you. Just your average ex-student buried in debt. Luckily, this place is pretty quiet and the boss scares off most new staff. So, lots of shifts for Becca. They pay like crap, but... Yeah, I was trying to stay positive there. Sorry.
Oh my god. Let's talk about Nighthawks.
Look, it could be worse. We've at least some regulars who come here by choice, and it's probably only the one of them that keeps shitting in the restroom sink.
Whoa.
Maybe one day we'll even get uniforms that fit.
That's crazy. Tell me about vampires.
I mean, I doubt I know more than you do. I really only know a couple like my boss. He's old country. That's the term, right? Makes my skin crawl. Though I reckon he'd do that even if he wasn't a bloodsucker.
The music just gets so loud. So your boss is like old country, but he's a vampire. Tell me about what do you know about Madame Lux?
Sorry. No idea who that is.
Madame Lux sighs.
Oh, darling, you wound me. You really must come to one of my shows.
Damn, dude.
What can I do for you, stranger?
How about some recent rumors?
Oh no, the all-knowing bartender act? That's just for regulars. Can't go giving the goods away for free.
Give me another drink then! Rebecca pours you a fresh, warm glass of blood, a medley of assorted animals heavily watered down by vodka. I drank more blood. I have $1. I guess we're out of there. Let's go back to the club floor. Let's hit the dance floor. You push your way onto the dance floor. The music is loud, the light blazing, the smell of sweat and sex twisting through your nostrils. You dance unnoticed in the crowd for the first time since waking up in your new life. As the song ends, you slip away from the throng, throbbing with excitement despite your non-beating heart. You know what this makes me think of? Muscle Bush Tits. With 19 months, he says, "Hi, my name is Ebony Darkness, Dementia Ravenway, and I have long ebony black hair." That's how I got my name. Hang on. This makes me think of something. I have to pull it up. I have to pull it up on stream. This got sent to me with the tagline, "I wish I had never unearthed this." No, stop that. Stop that, because I have to show you what I'm talking about. It's this. We have to watch this. I promise his internet was doing that, but the Fang is my favorite. The Fang, the one Fang.
I simply turn my own mind off.
I like that he went with my choice of music, too. That's great. That's what we're listening to, basically. That's me on the dance floor right now in this game. Anyways, as the song ends, you slip away from the throng, throbbing with excitement despite your non-beating heart. Okay, let's go to the VIP room. Ducking under the velvet rope, you slip into the VIP lounge. It isn't much more luxurious than the rest of the club, with its musty old cushion and desperately outdated decor. Someone has at least dusted the place, though. Tonight, you encounter a dancer obsessed with her phone. He sits quietly in the dim light of the corner booth, updating Instagram with pictures of the night so far. A single Bluetooth earpiece leaks the latest hit album, something this outdated club is unlikely to play for another 20 years. Let's approach him. His carotid artery pulses temptingly. He doesn't notice your approach. We're gonna eat him. Introduce yourself. He glances up at you long enough to mutter, "Piss off," and turns back to the phone. Further attempts to win his attention only lead to him slipping in the second earbud and turning the volume up full. "Let's go!" He says, "What the fuck? Get off!" His hands scrabble for your throat, but it's no good. You have him cornered in the booth and easily ignore the desperate flailing. Your fangs sink deep into his neck. Drain him dry. Out of nowhere, agonizing pain. Fire pierces your skin from behind. A thick hand tears you from your victim. You fall to the carpet, the world turning black. Your last sight is the bouncer from outside comforting the party goer, a stake in his hand. Oh, shit. I got staked, dude. Maybe not. I got tased. Your head spins, pounding in agony. Noises seep in from somewhere far away.
This troublemaker? Wake it up.
Mumbling, unintelligible, painful.
Big shiny pair of fangs on this one, huh? Coming into my place, not presenting yourself with tribute like a good baby vampire. What's the world coming to?
This is Mr. Sam Tancredi. You awaken to find yourself slumped in a chair in the club office. Your wrists are bound to its arms with burning silver. The fat vampire behind the desk gives you an unimpressed look over, pausing to take a long drag on his cheap cigar. Who are you? Actually, I should be quiet. No, let's go.
Hush. I talk. You listen. Name's Tancredi. And in my day, showing disrespect like that leave you lucky not to have them bangs snapped off and shoved up deep. But these are more modern times, right? Keep forgetting.
Stay quiet.
Quiet. Good. I can work with quiet.
I don't want to rat out Lux.
Here's how it's gonna be, baby vampire. Cradlebridge here, this is my backyard. Mine. You want to play in it? That's a right that's got to be earned.
He smirks at you, taking a deep drag.
For you, I'm a generous old soul. You go get yourself something more respectable to wear. Come back, and we'll talk business. Figure out what messy little sins you're gonna commit to me.
The music is actually louder? And I was wondering that too. Maybe he is the heart of the music.
Of course, there's still the matter of tonight's little insult.
He gestures to the large man who grips your wrist tight. In his other hand is a hammer. Oh, I'm gonna stay stoic.
Nothing personal, kid. But we can't have anyone saying I've gone soft.
Uh-oh. Nice. Vampires exposed. That was that's basically the end of it. Let's read the rest of the Kickstarter and then I'm gonna switch over to Bloodborne. I knew this wasn't gonna last very long. So that's all good. I just wanted to check it out mostly. I know, I want more of it. I want more of it. So that was a demo. All of you guys can try that. I assume there might be alternate, maybe there's alternate outcomes if you want to check it out. So, okay, choose your friends carefully. Never travel alone. Befriend and recruit a wide circle of fellow outcasts such as Madame Lux, vampire stage magician capable of fooling at any eye with delusions of light. Con artist turned cult leader Maze. I want to meet that person. Vampire enforcer, I don't know how to say that name. I know that there's an actress with that. I don't know how to say that name. As comfortable discussing great works of opera as she is getting her claws into the most dangerous Dockland fighting pits. Former queen of the Black Sea, Inez, a ruthless pirate out of her time. Disgraced scientist Morgan Shaw, funding her attempts to cure vampirism by selling crystal meth. Maybe even Samuel, a former doctor cursed with the good intentions and a withered brain that considers no fate worse than a death for patients who end up in his care, no matter how much they beg. What's up, Andy? Yeah, I want to see more of this game. Companions here don't just fight for you. Take part in their lives as they work on their own problems. Have them look into rumors with their own contacts and social circuits and dive into their deepest secrets with interactive flashbacks set in locations like 17th century Nassau, Las Vegas, and the corrupt European courts of the Eternal Dynasties. Chewed him up with 31 months. Says, looking festive, Jade. Thanks, man. I cosplayed because vampires. Help your companions handle their demons and they'll help deal with yours, but good deeds rarely go unpunished and everyone has their own agenda that consumes their endless nights. So the story, why are we focusing on text? The possibilities. Games like Sunless Sea and 80 Days in Cultist Simulator have repeatedly demonstrated this over the last few years, and we intend Nighthawks to be seen in that company. A deep, wide, replayable RPG in which a favor can be the ultimate weapon and the friendliest smiles often have the sharpest teeth. So, yeah, I wonder if they're going to go with this style specifically, or if they're going to build out more. I would be fine with this style, to be perfectly honest. This would be really fun. I would play this. I definitely want something. I want a new Vampire the Masquerade game. I'll take anything I can get vampire-related. Woo! Anyway, text-driven gameplay lets us really focus on details and mechanics, including bringing you a living city with little scene features like NPC scheduling. You might, for instance, know a guy who'll slip you blood from the hospital blood bank, but he only works Tuesdays to Fridays, and it's Saturday. Varied stories, incredibly reactive characters, and most importantly, player freedom. You're planning to head out on a quest. You were expecting to pay for your hotel room for the week, but the friend you wanted to bring along isn't available. Do you wait? Take someone else, risk going alone, hope for another opportunity. We are drawing inspiration from a wide range of RPG classics like Baldur's Gate 2, Yakuza, to Bloodlines, to Fallout, to Quest for Glory. In particular, the sense of freedom and focus on letting you live in their worlds. That's what I want. You know, in Nighthawks, you're in charge of your destiny, whether it's running your nightclub sanctuary, playing politics, or plunging into stories that range from lighthearted adventure and modern political intrigue to blisteringly bleak horror. The team for this, they break this down more. This is, again, Bang Game Info. There's a Kickstarter that they met their funding, so they are making this game. They are officially going to make this game, but you can follow stuff from here and read more about it there, and get the demo that we just played. All that said, it's also going to look and sound great, along with Richard Corbett on words and design. They have Ben Chandler from Unavowed and Shardlight. Unavowed is a game that I was going to play at some point. Ivan Yulyanov from the Charnel House trilogy on art. That's a game I really want to play. Painting a living book style that combines backgrounds and animated ambient effects in glorious 4K resolution. Last, but definitely not least, we have an adventure game legend, Dave Gilbert from the Shiva, the Blackwell Legacy Unavowed, acting as executive producer and overseer for the whole project, cracking whips and ensuring things that stay on track. On top of all that, we're bringing a full cast to breathe life into all characters, and of course, plenty of original music. The key platform is going to be PC and Mac, but they're hoping to bring it to iOS, looks like. Looks like if you had backed it, you get on beta testing. I'm going to be following this really closely, so hopefully if there's updates and stuff, I can bring those to you guys. Yeah, I want to get a hold of these guys and see what we can do, because I enjoyed that. I'd love to play more of it. Good work. Good shit. Did I get the Kickstarter in the game info? I feel like I did. Maybe I didn't. Yeah. Same link that Jones link threw down. Sweet. So that's Nighthawks. I don't think they have an official Twitter, but Wadjet Eye Studios does, and so do the key players in the project. Awesome. I wanted to check that out again. Thanks for bringing that to my attention, Mask. I don't know if you're here. I'm not trying to call you out of lurk, but good shit. I'm into vampire stuff.